Damn it, no. They're empty. I think we're going to be able to do too much. guys, welcome to a brand new tutorial on the PC Productions line. Hope you're all doing well, because I am, and I hope you are too. So today we're gonna go through a really cool effect, which is actually pretty simple. It's inspired effect from the X-Men of Days of Future Past, and where the Quicksilver does his super speed without those kind of distortion color effects. It's just seeing him moving really fast. So I'm gonna show you the simplest way to get a cool and great result. So what you do is take your footage and drag it to the new count button, and this can sound pretty hasty, but I'm gonna show you just here shortly of what kind of footage you should capture to create this effect. So I'm gonna use the exact same clip what I used in the opening video. So what I have here is I have my camera on a tripod. It's pretty important, so have your camera on a tripod because we are needing a clean plate. So what you do is I am here acting out when I'm here and I'm starting my act. What I do my motion for my first speed stuff. Then I go to my next position and then I act out here my next one. Same thing here. So I kind of like do the motion and I stop there, freeze for a second, and then I go to the next position and right there. And then after that I get out the frame and capture a clean plate. So remember to capture a clean plate, really important. So let's start cutting this in those kind of sections we will need. So we have to cut this. There is basically a cutting effect. So first let's take our clean plate. So I'll see here when I'm going out there. Use the command shift D to split the layer. Then I could go here and rename this clean plate like there. Keep it organized, and let's rename this to main. Clean plate here under. You just drag it somewhere here. Alright, now let's see. So the clip starts right there somewhere, so I could start the comp there. And alright, so let's see. Here I'm doing my first movement right there. And so what we do, we command shift D, split the layer right there like this. Then we go to that position where we are coming to the next place, and it's right there. I could use that one, so command shift D, and we don't need this anymore. So then go to that frame. I will go escape from, so okay, there comes the clean plate. So here, and have your clean plate here under, and then drag it there. And then we just need about 3 frames of the clean plate. Alright, so go here and take 1, 2, 3. Here we got 3 frames, and then we can match Shift D and we can just split the layer. And then we can zoom out. We don't need this right now, and you can when we move this part here where this ends, you can move around and hold the shift key so it snaps on the place where you got the here. So now if we just scrub through, you can see me going disappearing like this, and we're getting there, but it's not done yet. We need the motion blur here. So the next step is to create the motion blur that looks like we are moving in a fast motion here between. So what we do, I will go to this frame. I could just use this frame. It's actually the last frame here. And what I do, I duplicate this. So I used command D to duplicate the layer. And then I just split the layer there, so we just need this frame here. We can delete this part. And what we'll do is go ahead and mask myself out. So hit the letter G on your keyboard or click somewhere here up on the toolbar to get the masking tool. And here we really roughly just mask out myself from here. It doesn't need to be exact, even close, because we're gonna blur the hell out of this. So now you can see no difference because it's a duplicated layer and it's on its normal layer here. So we can go ahead and move this to the first frame, because this is 3 frame long, the super speed. So move it here, the first one. Now you can see the ruggedness, because here stops the normal one and the clean plate, and so on. So we're gonna need this one here. And what we do, go to your effects and presets and type in directional blur and drag it on there. Then I go ahead and put this up to 95, and then the blur length to around 250. Okay, blur them a bit more. That's pretty good. Alright, so now let's position this. So you can see this is not a straight point A to point B, like left to right, because we got some Z depth here. I'm going like this. So we can go ahead and turn this layer to a 3D layer, and then go to rotation and go to Y rotation and just try to align it like this somewhat. Then go to P for position and move the Z depth a bit like this, and we're just positioning like that one. So now we got moving, then we got blur, then we got a blank space here, the blank frame, and then we go one more frame, the last frame before it continues. So we go to this blur frame and duplicate it, but command D and move that here to the third frame. So we got a blur, blank, blur, and continuing. But we need to move this around, so let's move it closer. No, like this. And here position up there. We don't want to move the first blur, so let's move it closer to the fridge like this. We could go ahead and rotate it just a bit more. Alright, so now because now it's ending, so we could blur this a bit more. We can blur this just a bit more and give some opacity change, so hit T on your keyboard and just take down your opacity just a bit, and we could go change the blur more like 90, just like this. So now we are having moving blur, blank, blur, opening. We can go ahead and move this a bit closer to the subject, and voila, we're having a super speed. Alright, it looks pretty cool. So then you just repeat the same step for my next one. So here I will cut this right there and right here, and I'll come back when I've done the next one, and I will, because I'm standing here, and then I move around the house and come to the back position. So I use the exact same method. I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, welcome back. Now I have just cut the exact same thing on my second transportation from here to here, and it looks pretty darn convincing. So hope you guys like this tutorial. Hope this you could create some own ideas and use this in your production. It was real cool, and yeah, thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for joining Phenomenal Creations this week. Hope you learned something phenomenalizing. Be sure to give this video a like if you liked it, a dislike if you disliked it, and write a comment. Like tutorial suggestions and much more, it's up to you. Click right there if you want to go forward an episode, and here if you want to go back one. Oh, I almost forgot. Please hit that subscribe button right there. Not only will you keep me motivated for more awesome stuff, but also you are joining the Phenomenal Creations VFX family, and you are supplied with the finest Adobe tutorials on top of your subscription feed. So get busy clicking. That was all for this time. BK signing out. Have fun phenomenalizing your production. Stay awesome. take it. Alright. That's kind of a lot. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, we need markers like usual.